The self-proclaimed liberal redneck you're about to meet has always felt a little out of place, growing up a political progressive in small-town Tennessee. But his ability to straddle these two conflicting worlds has made him a viral sensation during this contentious election. Here's ABC's David Wright in our election countdown series, Inside the Final 30.
What's up, y'all? Liberal Redneck here. We gonna do it again. Fired up, son.
The accent says hee-haw. But the point of view, more like NPR, National Public Radio.
Right-wingers are not about to start letting some trivial like facts get in the way of how they feel about stuff.
That's Trae Crowder, better known as the liberal redneck, a YouTube phenomenon, in part because he's so unexpected. Donald Trump's demographic spouting Hillary Clinton's message.
Hope he dies in a tragic hairspray accident.
I didn't think there was such a thing as a liberal redneck.
I get that all the time on the internet and in person, and people be like, you're like a unicorn.
Just a good old boy.
Pop culture would have us believe that a ride along with the good old boys and the General Lee as they try to outrun the law would end up a lot more like that scene from Deliverance.
You're going to do some praying for me, boy.
Trae Crowder insists those tired cliches don't even begin to describe the South he knows, and that makes his YouTube channel more than just a novelty act.
What does it mean to be a liberal redneck?
You just embrace the good parts about being from the South, which is just having a good time, raising hell, football, all that stuff, but you're not a hateful, awful, inbred hick troglodyte person.
I'm a poor, white trash redneck from the middle of nowhere in Tennessee. I am also a well-educated, well-traveled, godless liberal.
A rebel yell across the partisan divide.
The South cooks better chicken, plays better football, and sings sweeter songs than any other region in this country. So to act like we bring nothing to the table culturally is some fake liberal, hypocritical.
And with millions of views, he seems to be onto something.
This election day, 40-some-odd% of the people in Mississippi will vote for Hillary Clinton, and 40-some-odd% of the people in California will vote for Donald Trump. So please stop acting like we're in a North-South Korea situation.
Just listen to part of his porch rant about Black Lives Matter.
Rednecks have pretty unanimously been against Black Lives Matter, which is pretty funny to me. Rednecks, help me out here. When did we start liking cops?
Different perspective, and definitely food for thought.
This is the Crowder plantation.
Yeah, no slave quarters here, though.
We met up with Trae at his childhood home in Celina, Tennessee, a small town in Clay County near the Kentucky border that's fallen on hard times.
This used to be an Oshkosh factory, a clothing factory. They made overalls and stuff like that. It moved to Mexico and took how many hundreds of jobs with it, and that was it.
Most of the shops on Celina's Main Street are gone too.
What did this used to be?
This used to be a barber shop.
The few shops that are still open are consignment stores, people selling off treasures to pay the bills. And there are storefront churches. The townspeople here clearly praying for a savior.
Jobs, jobs, jobs.
You see lots of Trump signs here in Celina. In fact, during the primaries, Donald Trump got a higher percent of the vote in Clay County than any other Republican candidates.
Is it your sense that the folks here just want to roll the dice with Donald Trump, or do they dislike Hillary Clinton because her fingerprints are on NAFTA through Bill Clinton?
I sincerely think it's both of those.
Even though Bill Clinton from neighboring Arkansas is one of their own.
I'm basically your standard redneck.
Is Donald Trump a redneck?
No.
Is it possible to be a New York redneck?
No.
There's some Queens
Upstate New York.
Do you see Donald Trump as a carpetbagger?
During this election, yeah, I think so, because of the way he's going down there and doing his damnedest to exploit
That is
the South and the people in it and everything.
It's partly to reclaim the term and the region that Trae and his friends have gone out on the comedy circuit. Corey Forrester.
Gay people got married and we're confused and we need to be upset about something.
Drew Morgan.
Elvis, you guys realize he was the Bieber of his generation?
And Trae.
No actual redneck knows facts.
We caught up with him in San Francisco, where the audience was receptive.
I forgot that everybody in San Francisco already knows
everything.
They're promoting a new book, too, The Liberal Redneck Manifesto, the election creating an entree.
You're preaching to the choir here.
Yes.
Is it safe for you to perform in the South?
We're preaching to the choir in like politics-wise, but they still find it odd coming from us.
Trae admits that's how he feels, an outsider, no matter where he happens to be.
I've always felt like kind of like a man without a country, because like growing up here, a lot of times I was like the weirdo smart kid who thinks all these weird things about things.
Walking around Celina here today,
Yeah.
you get a sense of what's been lost.
Celina's a fairly rough example, but not at all unique. They feel like nobody cares, and they're bitter about it, you know? And Donald Trump makes them believe that he does, though.
And if Trump should lose,
they're not going to secede.
Right, no, yeah, that did not work out so well for us last time. People won't be happy if and when she wins, but they'll go back to this, and I'd like to think that it will get better, but I don't know that I believe that, no matter which one of them wins.
We're living in a real interesting time.
Like many Americans, Trae Crowder feels he'll be choosing the lesser of two evils. An important choice, but he's not getting his hopes up too high.
Run to Canada. Guys, we got to go. Thank you so much.
I'm David Wright for Nightline in San Francisco.